Hey, welcome back to 2A Wolf. I was trying to wait for the dogs to stop barking, but they've been barking for a while. Anyways, yeah, so welcome back to 2A Wolf. Here's where we're building out the 2004 International. And if you guys saw the last video, I got the wall cabinets up in the kitchen. And I'm going to start getting the panels done. So it'll dress that up, make it look nicer. I want to go ahead and get those panels done so it feels like I accomplished something. So anyway, so we'll get started on the panels. Got the first panel up. Now I took the measurements because this is going to be a tricky one here, but it is what it is. So I have to get behind there, run all the way down, make a box again for this one. Now, if you guys are wondering what these are, so this truck came with four, it looked like they were 1,000 watt floodlights, obviously off of 110. So I am changing them to 12 volt LED lights. So I have some wire there. This wire is going to come around and it's going to come down, and I'm putting switches on the boxes so we can turn on independent ones instead of all of them. So anyway, so I have to cut out a hole for that, and then this is going to be, I think it was 22.5 up to there, and then do the square, and then I measured all along there. So got to cut that. So some people asked if this truck is two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. It is two-wheel drive. Our Expedition, for those who don't know, so our Expedition was basically to go to pretty much all the conservation areas in Missouri and kind of do a ranking on them, and just kind of give them a grade. So as other people go, they can look ahead of time to see, you know, is there spaces, too big, too small? Has it got picnic tables? Is it seem like it's safe there? Or do you have some late night partiers that come in at 2 a.m. and cause a ruckus? So that's kind of like our Expedition thing. We really didn't get into like hardcore off-road, get up in the middle of nowhere type of thing. We've done that before, but our current situation is kind of like the Expedition of exploring and looking at conservation areas. We'll also do wolf sanctuaries. We've been to a couple. There is one, I forget where it is, in Ohio, I think. It's a long ways away, but I really want to get to that one at some point. So anyways, let's hang this panel and see if it works. Behind here, up there, up there. Here. How's it look? I can't see it. Oh. You gonna stay? Alright, how am I gonna do this? I need, will it stay? Well, it's dirty and dusty as all hell, but got it up. I'll go through and clean it up a little bit. I put some extra screws, and I started screwing here, and I realized there's that steel trap behind it. I may still end up just putting a screw there, but there is a light going here, so I might just use that for the light. And then I did the same thing here because I wasn't paying attention, and these will have independent switches. So power is going to come down in here, and then the LED floodlights that I'm putting here, they're going to have independent switches, so that way I can just turn on the ones I need. So yeah. Did get those other panels up and it worked out pretty good. There does leave 8 inches at the very end of, I guess it'd be the driver's side. It left 8 inches on the strip. So I got to cut a couple of 8-inch strips and we'll get those up. Sorry about the low light. I got the little heater going. That temperature dropped back off. It was warm for a little bit, melted all the snow, but now the cold weather's coming back. Anyways, so I got this 8-inch strip and I went ahead and cut a piece to hide that. So I will be putting that there, and then this one I'll measure and I'll try to do a little bit of a radius to make it look a little better. So, well, one of the things I was talking about was I gotta get that 3-inch heater hose through here. One's gonna go that way through the wall and the other one's gonna come underneath the base. But I'm kind of stuck. That toolbox edge is like right there, and there's a plate there. And then there's a channel, but then there's the tires. I really don't want to put it right in front of the tires. Yeah, but I can come this way and put it up and come underneath the base that the base cabinets will sit on, and then go that way. Oh, I guess there's plenty of room. So from from the back side of the toolbox through the frame and then up, I guess. Oh, I don't know. I'm torn. So here's that wall. That plate is about here, the edge of the toolbox. Oh. And then here's that open channel. I don't want to come from right here because the tires are right here. So go out the back and then kink around and get close as I can to that frame and go up through that board, I guess. I really don't have a lot of choices. I don't know. I can't think of any other way. I don't know if that tubing will fit over top of that frame. I'll have to check it out. So that pipe will fit above that frame. Like that. So if I cut the hole, put an elbow here, elbow going that way, and another elbow up through the floor, I could probably do it. So it does fit. So if I put a hole up there, elbow, and then an elbow there, and then an elbow to get into the box. I think that might work. I'm about to drill the hole in the floor. So the first plan was just to have it there. And then it's like, well, it's in front of the tire, so I was going to try to pipe it all the way over here. But then a viewer out of Colorado said, well, you're going to have to put a shield in front of the, kind of like in front of the tire anyways, to protect the pipe. And I started thinking, well, yeah, that's true. Well, if I'm going to put a shield in front of the tire between the tire and the tube, the heat exhaust tube, I can just go ahead and put it originally where I wanted to put it. So I am kind of nervous. I'm going to drill this hole. Hey, before I make a mistake and drill this hole, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like the video. That helps. So you can pause it. I'll wait. Okay, long enough. Anyways, so I'm going to drill the hole, and I'm hoping it's right. I really do. Hopefully it's right where I wanted it to be. And it is. So here's the tire, and here's where I'm going to have that elbow come down, and then here's where I'm going to put a hole to, so that tubing is going to be right here. Right here. So there is a lip here on the frame, so I'm going to take a steel plate, deflector plate, and go like that, because when the truck's running, the airbags inflate because it does slowly leak over a couple weeks, and this will actually go up a little higher. So yeah, see, there's like a steel plate underneath there. You guys probably can't see it, but I'll just continue that down, and so I'll make this as high as I can, and that'll give me a chance to put that plate like right here, so rocks won't hit it. Let's give it a shot. Oh. Oh, man. Okay, we have a hole right above that tire. So the plan is, so here's that articulating elbow. The plan is I can have that barely fit through there, which it does. So I'll put some screws on there to hold that together. And then I can tee off. Okay, so that's what the diesel heater is. This piece, which is, so this is what I had on the truck. So this flex hose goes on here. It's got a little pin keeper to hold that in place. This is going to go up and twist lock onto this one, like it did in the other one. This piece will go through the wall of the toolbox. And then, probably got to turn you around a little bit so you can see. Then this will go through the wall right on to there, and it will be connected to that, which is through the wall of the toolbox. So it's going to look like that. It'll be tightened up a little bit, and then I'll put that deflector plate right up against it. So that's how it's going to be. So not too bad. Now, some people are going to say, well, how are you going to put fuel in this thing? If I slide it over and tip it out, I can set it right here and just add more fuel to it and slide it back in. So yeah, that's where it's going to be. Well, I did a mock-up of what this is going to look like. Give you guys a better idea of what's happening. So yeah, countertop will come all the way out, have a curvature, so the trash can will be there. I'll have a white melamine closing all this up. So there's that base, I guess to call it, platform to make the counters taller. So I had to set this up because I'm dealing with that diesel heater tubing. I got electrical I got to put over here, electrical for the refrigerator, so that's going to be higher. So the refrigerator will slide out from underneath the countertop, so that'll be, you know, another 15 inches taller. But I have to make sure that nothing is going to be in the way of the roll-up door. But it looks like it'll fit. Couple attempts, but got the hole done. So I'll put that in there. Elbow go on. Okay, so I didn't think too far ahead. The exhaust hose has to go through the bottom of the toolbox, which is fine. But when I do that, then I can't tilt the unit and have it come out to fill the diesel. I was thinking I was going to be able to tilt it out. But there's enough room where I can mount the stuff and then have the diesel tank sit right here along the edge. That way I can fill it. I just have to get a longer hose here so that way it draws fuel up that way. So I'll pick up some hose and I'll worry about that later. Well, I got the mock-up done of the base cabinets. I figured out the plan for the diesel heater, got pretty much that installed. I do need to pick up another elbow so I can get the tube to go underneath the base and then come out the side, so I'll put those vents in. And then got to get on the wiring. So the wiring's going to be sort of fun. So we'll see what happens with that. Hey, if you have a chance, hit the like button, share it with your friends, tell them to follow along, subscribe, that would be nice. So this next week we're gonna go through and do some electrical stuff. We're getting closer. So anyways, thanks so much for following along. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you leave them down below, and I'll see you next time on Two-Way Wolf.